We're here, guys. We're in. It's what day of the week is it? Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. We're here, guys. We did it. We made it. We made it to Hump Day. Hello, hello, Cycloud. I see you popping in early. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in, guys. As always, I am Sky, and this is Lesby Witchy. And I think you know what I'm gonna say next, guys. Lesby Witchy. Let's dive right into it, guys. The queue is open, so if you are looking for a reading, go ahead and join up. Ooh, okay. That's less than ideal. Is that gonna happen every time I do that? Because if that is, I'm gonna move those. Sorry, I'm just trying some new stuff out today. Whole new setup. Yo, Sarah's in the house. What's going on, Sarah? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. As you can see, my setup's a bit different. I got a whole new altar space and desk because my mom and I rearranged the apartment today. So I'm trying some stuff out. And Kel's here too. Welcome in, Kel. Guys, the queue is open. If you want a reading, you can feel free to join up. Okay, so that is probably going to happen every time I do that if I do it directly in front of it. So let me move this a bit more. Kind of angle it in. I have an incense holder, which I've never used incense before, so I'm a little bit nervous about it, but it's going well so far. And oh my gosh, Goblin Gobbler's here too. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Oh my gosh, what a day, what a day. We are here. We are doing some tarot. So, let me pull up the list here. See who's first. So, Kel, you are up first. And being that you are a sub, you get all of your readings for foi. So, what can I get you for? What can I do you for? What are we in the mood for today? Okay. Oh, Mirror Stepper is here to lurk and twerk. Have fun lurking, have fun twerking. I'll be here when you're ready to not lurk, or if you ever want to not lurk, you know, I'll be here. But welcome in, guys. Welcome in. I am just having a good day. Actually, my emotions are trying to make me have a bad day, but I am circumventing them and I'm forcing us to be a good day. I also discovered that apparently no context because TOS. What the fuck is up with the invisible people? Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I also want to know that. Yo, Tiresome Fox is here. Tiresome Fox. Guys, I realized that my Knight of Cups had been out of my deck for who knows how long when I moved my altar today. So he's officially back in the spread. Do you want Cat deck or Bowie? I assume Cat deck because that's what you usually use, but I figured I'd give you the option. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's find out what's going on with these invisible people. Because I did read your post in the Coven, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? You know, that is some crazy shit. Welcome in, everybody. Tiresome Fox, how you doing today? How's everyone doing today? You know, I haven't asked you guys yet. How is everyone's day going? What are you guys all up to this wonderful evening? It's been years? That's crazy. Oh, just something that Kel is dealing with right now, Goblin. So we're, yeah, it's a little bit too PG-13 for the stream. So we're, if you're interested though, it is in the Discord. It is on the Coven Discord. Kel was nice enough to fill us in there. Okay. I am doing so good with this fucking incense, guys. I got Sage. Figured it'd help kind of cleanse as we go. Good, a little tired, but what's new? Yeah, I mean, being tired is the way of our people. I don't know a single streamer that's not tired. I've been working and I hate it here. Oh no, I'm sorry. What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for work, Sarah? Obviously something you hate, but You suggest getting Rose. Ooh, I'll have to get Rose next time I go to the store. All right, invisible people. What's going on with these invisible people? What's going on with the invisible people? What's going on with the invisible people? What's going on with the invisible people that are bothering Kel? Bam. That was for you, Kel. It's a little song. In a jewelry design and shipping manager. Ooh. That's a fancy-ass job title, Sarah. Gaming, but I should clean my room. Cycloud, if you need to be cleaning your room, you should clean your room. Ooh, sandalwood. That's good to know. Yeah, I don't know like anything about incense. I'm just starting my journey with them, so doesn't pay match. Oh, the pay doesn't match the title. I hate when there's a job like that. You know what? I do have the ability to go back to that method now. I should go back to that method. If nothing pops out, then I will. I don't know. That one just jumped out weird. It felt like it needed to come out of the deck. I'm going to shuffle for a second kind of wildly and see what else wants to come out of the deck. Ooh, quite a few things want to come out of the deck. Okay. So, in order. I'm trying to perfect my shuffling, guys. Sometimes I like to draw off the top method. Sometimes I like to just shuffle them until they fall out. That's what we're doing this time. So we'll see how this reading fares up. It's been a minute since I've shuffled like this. So, Cal, we got to figure out what's going on with these invisible people, for sure. So let's let's go for it. Okay. So, interesting. So for your first card, you got Death in reverse. And so as we all remember, Death is one of those cards that, you know, it's a biggie. It's one of the major arcana. Let me just pull up my book and peruse it real quick just to make sure there's nothing that's going to ping differently than what I'm internally thinking already. Yeah, okay. And this is kind of the sense I got when you were first describing this kind of phenomenon in the Coven earlier. I believe this has to do with clinging to the past, but not your past, like your past lives past. You know what I mean? I believe that these invisible people are the spirits and the souls of, you know, people who were in your life in past lives in that manner, and they're kind of coming back and just kind of autopiloting through the motions. But that's what that's honestly like a big kind of pull to my intuition was telling me even before we did this reading, was that is kind of what this was going to be. But let's see what the rest of the cards have to say to see if they can maybe illuminate why this is happening or what's going on. So up next, you got the Four of Cups, and you got that in the upright, which is awesome. Gotta love the Four of Cups. Let me pull her up here. Beep, borp, 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 beep, borp, beady, borp. Yeah, okay, this is the card of apathy and stagnation. So this is difficult, you know, because it's hard to see how apathy would apply to this. So I think it's more the stagnation bit of this card. You know, previous life, I was a female free puma who couldn't find love and was an alcoholic. Wow. That is an interesting previous life to have, Kel. I gotta find out who I was in my past lives. I'd love to do that one of these days. So I think this speaks to the stagnation part of the Four of Cups. And the vibe I'm getting off of the cards and off the kind of situation here as a whole is that this is stagnation of the soul, not stagnation of the body, right? So there is some kind of a thing that has kind of caused you to plateau and not progress any further on like a spiritual kind of soul level. And it almost feels like these past live connections are coming back as a way to try and keep you moving. It's almost like them being here forces you to be more involved in this kind of stuff, forces you to find more answers and more pathways forward. That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up from this. But of course, we have 3 more cards to look through. Yo, Renee, welcome in, welcome in. Get on that list, girl. It is not that long. All right, so you got the Ace of Pentacles for your next card here. And the Ace of Pentacles is one of those... Oh, God, that works so well. Sorry. I'm trying to see if I can just cheat and not have to type to look up things. And if I just hit the voice chat when I talk and then quickly turn it off, if it will capture it right. And it worked, so that's good. This is all about new beginnings to abundance. And so again, with the Pentacles, there's the primary financial aspect to them, but I always interpret the Pentacles as also meaning the emotional side of things too, and like emotional abundance. So I don't know. This is a tough one. My intuition is telling me that this is signifying that the fact that you're starting to look into this more is potentially opening the door for a new beginning, whether it's through understanding these invisible people better, or if it is through like them maybe moving on and not bothering you anymore, or something. There is some kind of a door that is waiting to be opened that questions are the key to. And like looking into this and digging through it is what's gonna eventually unlock and let you through. That's the vibe that I'm like really getting that from you and from the reading right now. Okay, this is interesting. So you are in the double land of aces. So you got the Ace of Wands. Oh no, Ace of Wands. Yay, it worked. It kind of worked. I clicked it too quickly. I gotta get the timing down. There's a tempo to it. Long enough for the machine to read, not so long that it picks up all the rest of my jabber. There's a timing to it. Are you really not gonna give me the fucking thing? Fine. I will type it like a savage because my computer hates me. But this is all about the ones are all about what are they about? Why is my brain stalling? Creativity and communication and expression and all that good stuff. So again, the ace here represents this new beginning, this fresh start, this new creativity and inspiration. And I wonder if like this is my honest to God intuitional ping. The Ace of Wands is here telling you that you should do something creative with this story that you live. Like the fact that this happens to you is something that is fascinating, however unsettling it might be. And I think the Ace of Wands is here to let you know that like, hey, there's a bright side to this if you wanted to tap into it, and you could actually like really do something with this. Like my immediate thought is like a story, like some kind of like maybe like a show or a book or something. Like this is like an interesting thing that happens to you. And I think the Ace of Wands is here to kind of show you that like, hey, this is some pretty interesting inspirational stuff here. This could get you onto this kind of path of creating something interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for that. And then last but not least is the Two of Wands, and you got that in reverse. Let's see here. Two of Wands. Okay, that's just not going to work. Guys, I thought my fancy idea would work. It's not going to work. We're just going to go back to typing it like a heathen. I'm making progress in my little black book. Eventually, it's all going to be in the little black book, and we're not going to have to do this typing on the computer thing at all. And I'm starting to remember quite a few more of them, guys. I'm getting there. My Swiss cheese brain is trying its best. Impatience and lack of planning. Tell me a little bit more about that. What are we talking about? I think it's the impatience. I am not picking up that it is the lack of a plan, although the argument could be made that this is talking about a lack of plan to deal with this problem, and how to handle it. But I think this just speaks to impatience, and I think it speaks to the fact that this is something that you want to have addressed, but you haven't actually, yeah, you haven't actually like done the work and put in the time to really kind of straighten this out and address it. Um, but we are heathens. I am very impatient with stuff like this. Yeah, no, that's true for sure. Um, yeah, I'm really picking up the impatience side of the Two of Wands for you. Like, this is something that is. It feels like it's like a jumble of wires, you know? And you gotta, like, undo the wires. Have fun lurking, tiresome fox. I love you and appreciate you so much. Enjoy the lurk. It's like when the wires behind your TV get all jangled up and all mixed up and stuff, and you gotta like slowly untangle each one. It's kind of like that, where like I feel like your approach has just been yank and grab, and what your approach needs to be is one of carefully, methodically unwinding and seeing like what's underneath these. And I think it's not just like across the board a blanket statement. I think you gotta like start identifying, like finding ways to identify and categorize these visitors and then start figuring out who they were and kind of undoing it that way. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling. For your Oracle card, you got the Infusion. And to me, this card just talks about the need to infuse your life with the things that balance and nourish you. A nice warm cup of tea on a cold day really just kind of really infuses your spirit with happiness and calm and relaxation and stuff. And so I think this is talking about needing to infuse your soul. And specifically, I think it's speaking to this need to find answers. And I think that is the infusion work that you have to do. So figure out how you can start kind of categorizing these people. And then once you go from there, you'll be able to start kind of figuring out, like, tracing them back to their origins. But I think it starts with identification, for sure. So yeah, that is your reading, Kel. I think that hopefully gave you some kind of answers. This is a very interesting and kind of complicated situation you find yourself in. So, don't expect it to change quickly. It's going to be something that's going to take a long time to kind of undo the groundwork that's been done here. I'll try. I think it's just my goddess being frisky and not admitting it. And you know what? That could be it too. So if you can find a way to identify it, you can find a way to kind of trap her and make her admit that. And you want a 5-card general, please, Sarah? You can have a 5-card general. Do you want the Cat deck or the David Bowie deck? You get the option. You pick. Ooh, you know what? Let's get Bowie out. We never use Bowie. Bowie, come on out and play. I love this. I have a little, like, we picked up at a thrift shop. It's like an office organizer where you would put, like, pens and, like, sticky notes and stuff. But it has 2 little drawers, and so they're perfect size for my tarot deck. So I just keep my decks in them. That way I don't have to unbox them and unpack them each time I use them. But yeah, let's give the Bowie deck some love. Plus, on a night like this, some beautiful Bowie-inspired artwork just feels right. All right. So, general on Sarah. What's going on? Where is she at? What's the messages from the universe? What's the vibe? What's the feeling? What are we doing here? So what kind of podcast is it gonna be? Like all cool weird stuff, all keep doing. Yeah, so it's gonna be like a combination of like educational stuff. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, me and the Modern Death are starting up a podcast together. It's going to be starting on Twitch primarily. It's just going to be a kind of an all-around witchy stuff podcast. We'll talk about some stuff from our own personal experience in history. We'll talk about like some educational stuff. We'll kind of teach you about different things. It's going to be awesome. So keep your eye out for information on that. That did not work. I cannot shuffle these bridge style. Also, we are 4 minutes out from ad. So what I'm going to do, Sarah, before we do your reading is I'm going to pull the ad up now. That way you don't get cut off in the middle of your reading. And I'll just go ahead and pull your 5 cards while you are in ad. And then we can dive in as soon as you're here. So just let me know when you're back from ad. And yeah, we'll dive into your reading. Because I hate when you guys get cut off with ads. So I try and avoid it as much as possible. Okay, so I'm going to need to get the book out. I saw a sneak peek preview of one of the cards. Alright, 2 more? Alright, 2 more cards. General for Sarah. Oops. There goes 1. Alright. You're back? Wow, that was a quick ad break. Okay, holy smoky. Holy smokes. Alright. So, I know definitively that I'm going to need the special book for one of them, because I did see one of them when they popped out. Okay. Let's dive right into it. Interesting. So your first card here is the Ace of Pentacles, and you got that in the upright. So abundance is on the horizon for you. This kind of fresh start to abundance is just around the corner. So keep an eye out for some kind of opportunity, because I think it's going to come in the form of an opportunity. I don't think it's going to be like an inheritance or a gift or anything like that. I think this is going to be maybe an opportunity in work, maybe a new job or career is going to open up to you, especially given the fact that you don't like your current job. I'm thinking that the universe is making plans and trying to execute a vision to help get you kind of out of that job and into something that will be better fitting. And I believe that when you get that opportunity, it's going to increase your current financial and emotional abundance positioning. So I think it'll probably come with a raise or maybe better benefits or something of that nature. And then I think it's also going to be more fulfilling to you and to your soul. So keep an eye open for those opportunities, because, you know, they do like to kind of sneak up on us when we're least paying attention to them. So, yeah, just keep an eye out for that, because it seems to be coming. So the next card you got, and this is the one that I need to get out of the book, you got the Sacred Clown in reverse. I mean, in upright. Now, the Sacred Clown is one of the David Bowie interpret cards. So there are a couple cards in here that are not necessarily like added cards, but they are their own interpretation on a card that exists. So in the normal tarot deck, the Sacred Clown is the Fool. But with the David Bowie deck, these cards that have been changed, they have a different energy to them than their usual counterpart. So I am going to read just right out of the book for this, because it is kind of important to capture it. I'm not going to read out of the book, but I'm going to like read the book. Yeah, so this talks about taking the leap of faith and being free, kind of stepping out from the void, embracing your inexperience. That's a hard word to say, inexperience. And enjoy exploring your world and kind of live to your potential, right? And so, paired with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm getting this really strong feeling that this has to do with your career and with your work. I think this is telling you to maybe try applying for jobs that you might think you're underqualified for. I think this is telling you to take this kind of leap of faith and see if you can leave your current job for a better situation. And I think it's telling you that if you get an offer or if you can find an offer, because this might not be like something that is given to you on a silver platter. This might be something that you have to actually go out and find, but the door is open, you know? Because in life, we go out and we try to do a lot of things. We try and control the path we're on and fate and destiny and all that stuff. And more often than not, we find locked doors. I think this is one of those cases where the door is going to be unlocked and it's up to you to make that leap to go through it. But the Sacred Clown, I think, paired with that Ace of Pentacles, really speaks towards your work and towards the future of what is coming. Okay, so your next card here is the Two of Swords, and you did get that upright. And so the Two of Swords upright is all about, indecision and self-protection, right? So I think this, again, I really am getting this vibe that this is speaking to your job and not to just like your life in general. The cards seem to want to be focusing on that today. I think especially given the fact that you've had a bad day at work and you're not having a good time, the universe really wants to kind of hone in on this moment to really talk to you about this. I think this is, again, talking about the opportunity to switch to a different job that either is going to materialize for you or that you're going to be able to go find on your own and kind of have that open access door to. And I think what it is speaking to is the fact that you're gonna find this opportunity or it's gonna be given to you, and you're gonna kind of freeze up in this indecision paralysis where it's gonna be the situation of, the better to be with the devil that I know versus the devil that I don't know, right? So I think this kind of complacency and comfort in the environment you're in, even, no matter how unpleasant it is right now, the thought of, leaving and starting over is always scarier than staying and continuing to be in an environment that's bad for you. And so I think that this card is a warning card, letting you know that when you get to that point to really embrace the sacred fool and just go for it. Just take the leap of faith and not let yourself be held back, because it's going to seem like it's protection. Internally, your brain is going to tell the rest of your body, like, hey, this is not a safe bet. We shouldn't do this, yada, yada, yada. When in reality, it's probably going to be a much better opportunity, right? So this is another one we got to crack the book for. This is the Princess of Cups. Now, the Princess of Cups is the same as the Page of Cups in most standard tarot decks, and you got this in reverse. But again, like any of the cards that have been switched around in this book, this card carries a little bit of a different weight to it than the standard page. Oh, yeah. So this is talking about disappointment, concealing dark emotions, exaggerating, oversensitive, ignoring reality, and having this kind of lack of wonder, right? So I think this just kind of speaks to, I think this is the first card that has not been specifically about your career prospects, where I get the feeling that this is just kind of talking about how you are just kind of disappointed across the board, and there's very little wonder in your life. It's kind of, you're in this vicious cycle of wake up, work, stream, go to bed. And that's kind of like your whole gig now. And there's just not enough satisfaction in that because of various different components that you're dissatisfied in. So I think the the Princess of Cups is here to tell you to find the joy in the little moments whenever you can. And to kind of search down and find the root causes of all these little disappointments and start working through and processing them. The sooner you process them, the sooner you get rid of the Princess of Cups, you can start focusing on these first three cards and looking for that opportunity. and let the princess be the driving factor too. Let her kind of negative energy, which is usually a bad thing, turn that into a positive. Turn it into a drive to beat the disappointment and kind of best it. But yeah, that's definitely speaking to this lack of wonder in your life right now. Oh, wasn't expecting this card at the end. Okay, so the last card you got here is the Tower, and you got it upright. So obviously the Tower is a very beloved and hated card on this channel. And so you're going to be going through changes, rapid changes. Changes. They're going to be to some extent unsettling. But this kind of collapsing of the Tower is going to create a fresh base for a new start. And again, I'm picking up the vibe that this is speaking to your career and job, letting you know that on the horizon is this kind of collapse of stability that is going to maybe be the event that opens the door for you to something else. It's really going to depend on, what exactly the Tower event is in your life. Because it could be a lot of things. But no matter what the event is, just know that it is making way for something better to be built in its stead. Do not fight it. Just let it kind of happen and see where you are on the other side and begin the rebuild process knowing that you are headed towards something, better. Your oracle card today is the Green Witch, which is very interesting. I get very strong Green Witch vibes from you. But this card is just all about nature and about the plant life and about how when we connect ourselves to nature, we can find this peace and this relaxation and this connection that we don't really get in our day-to-day life. And so I think this card is telling you that in these kind of uncertain times, especially with your Tower event coming up, I think it's telling you that now is the time to reconnect with nature and kind of harness the energy and the power that is found in nature for your own use. And maybe use that as part of what's going to help with your prep and your kind of how you get through the Tower event. But that is your reading. I hope it helped. I hope it illuminated some stuff. Thank you for the reading. You are welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. I am sorry that the Tower came up. That is always a dicey card to get. Because you never know what it's referring to. If it's going to be good or bad or in between. Ugh. Whatever it is, it's going to be rapid and it's going to be change. So that's for sure. Okay, let's move on to the next Mamma Jamma on the list. That would be Renee. Renee, do you want cat deck or do you want Bowie deck? And go ahead and let me see. Have you already cashed in your stuff? No, you have not. So go ahead and cash in whatever you want for readings. And then we'll get started. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Wouldn't it be nice if we Oh, my thing has completed its little cycle. You know what, Renee, while you type out your question and cash in your points, I'm gonna go empty the ash off of my thing. I'll be right back. Hello, I see you. I'm glad you are still here. Boogie, boogie, boogie in the boogie. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. Okay, I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. It's me, my friends. I'm back again. Okay, Renee, you have questions for the podium. Should I let S confess to me first? Ooh. Let's find out. Okay. Let's find out on this episode of Questions for the Pendulum. Okay. Juicy question. Yes, it is. It's a very juicy question. Okay. I haven't used my pendulum yet today, guys, so I'm just going to get it calibrated real quick. Show me yes. Thank you. And show me no. Thank you. Should Renee let S confess first? I'm getting a no on that. Should Renee confess first? I'm getting a yes on that. So, it looks like you should be the one to confess first. Looks like let me ask who that was. Hold on. Morgan, did you just answer those questions? Yes. Okay, so that was Morgan. So, I mean, that's coming straight from the goddess of fate herself. So I would say probably, maybe consider it you taking the first steps. Because that could probably maybe be the right call. Was that it? Did you have any other questions you wanted to ask the pendulum? We can do like one or two more if you have a few more with this amount of points you've used. That was a pretty easy, light question, so I'm sure we can get some more cashed in if you want. But if not, if that answers up everything for you, then you're good. Boop-a-doop-boop-boo. Oh, Goblin Gobbler's in the Discord now. Hi, Goblin Gobbler. That's exciting. Okay. There's a few more. Yeah, okay. Ask your questions. Let's see what you got. We'll ask a few more. So it says you should do it first, but it's dangerous. Yeah, but I think that's just the nature of love, you know, or confessions. I assume this is a romantic confession, given the fact that you said raging Middle Eastern sapphics afterwards. But has she thought of confessing to me? Hell yeah, let's find out. Owie. Let's see. Has S thought of confessing to Renee? Yes. Has she almost confessed to Renee? Also yes. So she not only have not only has she thought about it, she's almost done it. So it sounds like she's trying to work up the nerve, same as you, it seems. Which makes sense, you know. It's one of those things that it takes a lot of, you know, time and courage to work up to do something like that. So, you know, it makes sense that she would try and have cold feet a couple times. I'm willing to bet that you've almost done it a few times yourself and haven't. So that makes a lot of sense. Any other questions for the pendulum? I'll give you one more question for the points you cashed in. Oh, you're going to cash in more points? That's cool too. Okay, I'll give you a few more questions then. What do you have for the pendulum, my dearest Renee? Now it seems I got a new person on the podium each time I say bye. That's interesting. I pretty much consistently have Morgan unless I ask for someone else. I mean, to be fair, I do, when I light my candle for her every single stream, I'm asking for her ability to see into the fates and kind of like be able to interpret fate. So it makes sense that she would be on my pendulum because she is the goddess of fate. But yeah. What's your other questions? There, Renee Pooh. Does she prefer someone romantic or casual? Okay, I got you. Does S prefer someone who is romantic? Yes. Does S prefer someone who's casual? Also, yes. Does she prefer someone who's casual normally but does big romantic gestures? Yes. So, my interpretation of that is that she likes someone who is normally casual but is able to step up and do those big romantic gestures, you know? Which makes sense. Ooh, a yamper? I want to catch a yamper. Cool. Okay. Hell yeah, Renee. Alright, I'll give you one more question, I think. And then we'll move on to see. Well, actually, is there anyone behind you in the list? Oh, never mind. You can ask a few more if you want. Guys, as a reminder, the queue is open, so if you want a reading, just pop on in. If not, we'll give Renee a few more questions with the podium, pendulum. I don't know why I always say podium. And then I will move on to doing some generalized readings for the chat as a whole. But go ahead and, if you have any more questions, Renee, we can take them. We'll do a few more. Hell yeah. Questions for the podium. Yeah, Goblin, I thought was going to do a reading, but he's not on the queue. Nor do I have any points cashed in from him. So, is her love language gift giving? Okay. I didn't catch the Yampers on my own stream. That is lame. Oh, we're doing love language checks. Okay, is her love language gift giving? Is her love language physical? Those are the first two. Let's dive in. Is S's love language gift giving? I'm getting a no on that. Is her love language physical? I'm getting a yes on that. Okay, so no to gift giving, yes to physical. Okay, hell yeah. Alright, another question for the pendulum. What you got? What you got? Is her love language words of affection? That is a great question. Let's find out. Is her love language words of affection? Yes. Does she like written words of affection? Yes. Does she like spoken words of affection? Yes. Okay, so yes, she does do the physical affection. I mean the words of affection, and she does like it in both written and verbal forms of communication. Does she like pet names? Does she like pet names? Yes. Yes, she does. Okay. I think I'm gonna light up another incense because mine burned down to nothing. But yeah, so that gives you, I think, some insight into this whole S debacle. I will give you one more set of questions on the pendulum, and then I'm going to move on to some generic readings, I think. So if you want one more set of questions, you can ask one more set of questions. If you do not want one more set of questions, then you do not have to ask one more set of questions. Okay. Bam. That's all. Okay. That's all, folks. Bam. Okay, cool. So let's dive into some generic readings then, because there is currently no one on the queue. So if anyone wants to join the queue, now is an excellent time to hop in and get yourself a reading. But if you are just wanting to vibe and listen, then don't worry, I am coming through. Thank you for the reading. You are so welcome, Renee. You know I'm always happy to give you pendulum readings. I think you're probably the only person who regularly uses that. So I love it. Gives me a chance to use my pendulum, connect with Morgan a bit. Okay, so what we're going to do now, guys, while we wait for some more people to join the queue. Oh, my incense went out. Oh, no. That's fine. I gotta ring my bell. Gotta put the crystals on the deck to charge for a second. There we go. So what we're gonna do is every time I come on here, my love life is changing. Well, you know what? I hope it's changing for the better. And if it is, I'm so glad I could help. And if it isn't, no refunds, no exchanges. So what we're gonna do now is, first and foremost, I'm gonna turn this lamp on so we have a bit more light on the stream. Ooh, that is better. I think that's much better, guys. Oh yeah, that's pretty good stuff. That's pretty good stuff, this light stuff. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do a energy for it. It is. Oh, that's good. Okay, wonderful. I'm glad that it's getting better, not worse. I always hate when people come on here and I have to give them like unpleasant readings or like talk about bad things because I'm a good vibes gal, you know. So what we're gonna do is a 3-card reading on the forecast of the energy for tomorrow, right? Like, as of right this second, what is the universe kind of projecting tomorrow is gonna, the overall vibe is gonna be, right? And let's see if we can't maybe give ourselves a little bit of a leg up on tomorrow and see if we can be a bit more prepared for what's coming. So we'll do 3 cards on this. What is the energy of tomorrow going to be? And you know what? I think I have kind of grown away from the shuffle until it comes out method, but we'll do this one as that just to see what we get. Okay. So card 1. I don't know. It's so hard to tell like what the best shuffling method is for me. I think it just changes moment to moment. Which is, you know what? I got to go with the flow. That's a big thing in all of my readings, is just kind of go with the flow. Okay. Next card. One more card. Oh, that came out. Oh, wait. Okay. So cool. We're getting 2 more cards. So I guess this is going to be... Oh, shit. We're getting 3 more cards. So I guess this is going to be a 5-card reading. 4 cards. My God. Okay. Well, I'm not going to argue with the universe. If it wants us to do 6 cards, then we're going to do 6 cards. Clearly, there's something in the energy tomorrow that we need to know about. So, I mean... Shit, guys. Let's dive right in. Put my little pendulum box away. I keep a box under my table that I put my foot up on, so I have a nice even like resting spot for my elbow. I don't want any of my movements to influence the pendulum if I can help it. Okay, so first card we got for tomorrow is the Wheel of Fortune. So it looks like tomorrow is going to be a good day for luck, guys. If we are able to kind of take control of our destiny for one day, tomorrow might be the day to do it. The Wheel of Fortune is it's exactly that. It's the cycle that brings us to a place of prosperity, and kind of the things that we're hoping for are coming up. So I take this as a very good sign for tomorrow to start. Next up, we got the Nine of Wands. And let me pull that one up because I don't super remember the wands yet. I'm actually working through them right now, so I should have a better understanding of them soon. That's, I think, my favorite part about doing my little Book of Shadows work is that I'm learning. I'm like, not only am I remembering the tarot cards, but I'm learning them. I'm learning who they are as people a bit. Okay. So there's gonna be this feeling of wanting to give up tomorrow, guys. But the goal that we're thinking of quitting is right within reach. We are literally right around the corner from. Renee, you gave out community subs? Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's crazy. Two whole community subs. Thank you. Man. You know what? Just for that, you get free readings for the rest of the night. Whatever you want. I'll give you 1 billion pendulums. Thank you. Thank you. I am loving this community. I'm loving the work. So, that is so much. You do not have to wish you could do more. 2 community subs is huge for me. Thank you so much. So tomorrow is going to be a day where we might want to give up on stuff, guys. But the Wheel of Fortune energy is coming right behind us. So this 9 of Wands is really just kind of trying to prevent us from getting this good thing, or from reaching this goal, or completing this objective. So do not give up tomorrow. No matter how much you want to give up on the thing, don't give up on it. That's an order from me to you. So the next card we have is just a few down in the Suit of Wands. We got the 7 of Wands. And we got that in reverse as well. Oh, you were supposed to be in reverse, not upright. I put you down backwards. Yeah, okay, so this just plays more into the 9 of Wands energy. We're going to have kind of this defeating feeling tomorrow. Like, we're not going to be, guys, we're not going to be able to see the Wheel of Fortune tomorrow. That is what I am picking up from this reading now, is that the Wheel of Fortune is going to come, and it's going to be right there, but we're not going to see it, and so we're going to want to give up. And it's almost like a test of faith, where if we believe that the Wheel of Fortune is there, then it's going to be there. And if we don't, then we will just be at a place where we lose out on what the wheel is going to bring us. And we don't want that. And this, again, this speaks, I think, to the Wheel of Fortune. So we got the Chariot here. And the Chariot's all about momentum and moving forward and just continuing on the path towards our goals. So I think that this does speak to the fact that we are going to hit that period of wanting to give up, but we still have the momentum during that time. So this desire to give up is not going to prevent us from, oh, you're here, yay! And I got a hydrate request. Thank you so much. The party has started now that you're here, Reese. We are doing a general reading on what the energy of tomorrow is going to be bringing us to play with. And it's a mixed bag so far. So we are going to have the Wheel of Fortune, and good things are going to be there, but we're not going to see it. We're going to want to give up. We're going to feel defeated by delays. But the good news is we're not going to lose momentum tomorrow. We are going to be able to continue our momentum forward, which is going to be so awesome. Oh yeah, okay, guys. So tomorrow is a Ace of Cups day as well. So the Ace of Cups is all about like new beginnings and fresh relationships. So for those of you out there who are kind of in the market for love or maybe new friends or something of that nature, keep an eye out tomorrow for an opportunity to present itself because we're in an Ace of Cups day. So new love, new relationships, fresh beginnings are all possible. But we got to keep our eye out for them. And so honestly, that might be what the Wheel of Fortune is talking about for most of us is that there is going to be a potential new friendship or relationship on the horizon. Um, and the delays could speak to that. Tomorrow I'll be seeing S. Ooh, could be. Could be. God, she's so amazing. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I hope the best, and I hope tomorrow does go the way that we think it might go. And you know what? Just take the confidence of the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the Ace of Cups with you, and you will be unstoppable. So the Two of Swords in reverse is the last card that came out for tomorrow. And the reverse Two of Swords okay. So it does talk about blocked intuition, and manipulation. So tomorrow we do have to be on the lookout for two pretty important things, which is that is someone leading me on? Am I being manipulated by this person's actions and words? Are they matching up to what is reality? And then of course the other being false intuition as a result of blocked intuition. So do what you can tomorrow to keep your intuition flowing. Keep checking in with it. Keep tapping into it. And we'll kind of move forward throughout the day. But tomorrow, in all, is going to be a pretty good day energy-wise, guys. So it'll be exciting to see. School together, she was... Mask, every other girl had a crush on... Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we know how that is. So, Reese, I believe you are currently the only one on the list, right? Oh, you're leaving, Mom?
Yep.
Going to the store?
Yep.
Have fun at the store. Guys, everyone say have fun at the store to my mom. She's going to the store.
Thank you. If anybody even answered.
Oh, everyone's going to answer because they love you more than they know. Because they love me. See, look. Bye, Sky's mom. That's from Kel. See? Kel's on it.
Tell them life happens at the level of events, not words.
Exactly, guys. Life happens at the level of events, not words. Reese also says bye, so everyone's saying bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Lady Athena even popped out from lurking to say hi. Hey, Lady Athena, how are ya?
Moon is on the move.
Reese, I assume you want cat deck, but you could also have Bowie deck if you want. The choice is yours. And then also, what is your question? I saw that you redeemed a 5-card spread. So just tell me a bit about what's going on. You're okay? That's good. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. Feel free to get in line for a reading if you want, or just kind of chill out and vibe. Man, I'm making a mess with this fucking incense. Get ash all over the fucking place. It's okay, though. I'm a witch. I'm allowed to do that. Okay. So, can I have a general? And I'm feeling Bowie. I did a spell... Did I spell his name right? Yes. Bowie. Bowie. I'm actually going to turn this around too so I can get it. I'm using incense for the first time tonight, guys. It's going. That's exactly what I'll say is it's going. Okay, cat deck, you can go back into your little drawer of magical sleepiness. Okay, what I'm getting here is that I randomly conject people with the pendulum who prefer me not to contact them. You can also say Ziggy Stardust. Ooh, yeah. Or you can just say Starman because it's the Starman deck. There's a Starman waiting. I love Bowie. You know what's crazy to me is the fact that if you go and like listen to the music of his last album, especially if you watch the music videos, like you know that he knew he was about to die, like that it was like going to happen almost immediately, which is crazy to me. But yes, you can just get a general if you want a general. We can do that for you. Okay, general on Reese. Okay. Ooh, is that what I think it is? No, it's not. Sorry. Sometimes I get a sneak preview of the cards when they flip for me before they flip for you. Ooh. Interesting. I haven't had that happen in a while. Mainly because I haven't done cards like this in a while. You guys are about to experience something very unique that I do in my tarot readings in a second. Because I've gone back to the style of just shuffling until anything pops out. Me and my mom watched them, and they came out and cried. We have most of his albums. Yeah! Oh my god. They were... Interesting! Reese, I'm pretty sure I manifested this card out of the deck for you. 3, 4, 5. That's 5. That is very interesting. Yeah, no, I remember I was working at a music shop when he died. I remember we watched the Lazarus video together as like staff, and we were all like, nope, too much. Actually, I can't keep this. Fuck me. And also, I think I figured it out. I think the cat deck is good for the drawing method. I think the Bowie deck is good for intuition to just pop them out of the deck. Basically, if I can bridge shuffle it, I think I'm going to just draw off the top. And if I can't, then I'll wait for intuition to happen. Okay. Oh, and look, guys, there's the Discord links. If you're interested in being in the regular Discord or the Witch Coven, feel free to add them. Okay. So, let's start the reading. This card is going to be an interesting little one. I am going to grab the book. In case we need it for any of the special cards. Okay. So, up first you have the star, and you got that in upright, Reese. So this is, I think, a great sign for you. You know, this is the card of hope, and you know, right now, today, you are in need of some hope for sure. So you know, let this star be the thing that guides you forward. This sense of things are gonna work out, that things are gonna be all right, and it's just kind of generalized helping of hope. But good. Hope is good. We love hope. We love seeing hope in the first card. Next card you got is the 5 of Swords. And you know what? I'm just going to use the book for all of these ones because I am too lazy to type. Plus I have sticky notes to help me find things quicker in this book. Upright. So this is talking about battling your inner demons and, you know, letting the past pile up around you, or the two that my intuition is really, sorry, my nose is itchy. I was really pinging for this, right? I think right now, I believe this is the curse talking, or talking about the curse. But I believe that right now you are in the throes of battling it back and actually starting to win and make some progress. You know, it is a war, not a single battle that you're fighting. But I think you have started having victories more and more, and I think the curse is kind of trying to ramp up its actions to make your life miserable in the process. But yeah, I think this card speaks, especially paired with hope. I think it with the star, with the hope card. I think it mean. I think it's talking about the fact that you are starting to win these battles, and this battle with your inner demons is you're starting to prevail against it, which is awesome. So the next card you got was the Three of Pentacles, and you got that in reverse. And so the reverse Three of Pentacles is all about, you know, not capable of showing your talents right now. Maybe this lack of discipline or mastery, kind of this obsessive tendencies kind of sneaking in. And that might be making it hard to work with groups or be with friends. And I think that specifically this card for you is talking about the lack of discipline and self-mastery more than anything else. And again, I think this traces back to the curse. I think that this is talking about the fact that you are still lacking in mastery of your witch's craft, and that's why your spells are working to an extent but not fully. And I think this is saying that you need to set the discipline that you need to really get down to the studying and learning how to really kind of get rid of this curse out of your life. Sky, my mom had a scarf of the Moon Tarot card, and she wants to ship it with the stone. Might you want it? Will up shipping, of course. Yeah, let me know how much it ups shipping by. Oh, speaking of which, we got to figure out how I can get you the money for that, because I do now have my own bank account. Huzzah. And it has money in it, so I can get that stone. But yeah, let me know what the price on that would be, because I would, yeah, PayPal works, cool. So we'll connect over messaging about that later. But yes, if it's not too much beyond what I can budget for it, I would absolutely love to do that. So, Reese, I told you that this card was going to be interesting. This card popped out of the deck in what I refer to as true neutral. Okay? One of the first things my intuition ever led me to when I did tarot was discovering true neutral. And so what that is that means that when the card fell, there was no discernible up or down to the card. There was no reverse or upright that I could distinguish. It was perfectly horizontal to me. And so I interpret that as meaning that there is a bit on both sides of the card that you need to hear. So we are going to go into it, and you got the Emperor, and you got him in true neutral. Okay? So the Emperor is the card of masculinity. It's the I'm Daddy card. So I think for this, I think we need to start in the reverse messaging first, which it speaks to a lack of power, a lack of, having a voice, a personal power voice. It can speak to toxic masculine energy, but I don't think that that's it. I think that this speaks to the lack of power side of the card, and to the fact that right now you are feeling stuck and powerless. But I think the reason this card popped out in true neutral is because you actually have this very commanding masculine energy inside of you. You are just having a hard time tapping into it right now. Duolingo, I don't want to fucking talk about it right now. I'll do my Irish lessons in a bit, Duolingo. Stop sending the owl after me. But yeah, so what we're talking about here is this lack of power, and I think it's almost self-imposed. I think it's almost like you've been told for so long that you don't have any power, that you actually believe that you don't have any power, when in reality you actually have like an incredible amount of power that is lying just beneath the surface, waiting to be harnessed and commanded by you. Yeah, I'm going to crack the book and just make sure that nothing else pops when I read the page on the Emperor. Let's see here. Yeah. The only other part that pinged is Another tarot reader said the exact same thing. Yeah. No, and that's the vibe I'm picking up on. And the only other thing out of the book that pinged for me is the seeking help from professionals bit. To the reverse side of the card, which I think just means in this case, I think you need to spend more time kind of embodying the Hierophant and spending time in relationships with your gods and goddesses in that student teacher type way. I think you really need to be trying to learn as much as you can from your gods and goddesses right now and let them really guide you through how to reclaim your voice and your power because it is just beneath the surface and it is palpable how strong it is. And I think once you tap into it, you will be able to you'll be able to fucking move mountains, you know? Now, this is the card I manifested. I thought this popped out as the first card, but it was the star because I always get them confused. This is the Starman card. Okay? Now, the David Bowie deck switches a few cards around, and so in a normal tarot deck, the Starman is the Magician. Couple interesting things about this card. There is no reverse to this card. You can only have it upright. And so I'm going to read the little blurb in its entirety because I always find it so powerful just to read it in its entirety, okay? Manifest your reality. Ideas are communicated and brought into the physical world with ease. You have everything you need to create the world you desire. Reconfigure yourself in liberating, expressive, and complex ways. So, where the Starman and the Magician differ, the Magician tells you that you have this power you can tap into that will allow you to manifest, whereas the Starman tells you you are manifesting. You are doing the thing. You are already cooking there. And I just think the energy of the Starman is so much stronger than the energy of the Magician. Especially the bit about having everything you need already inside you. The Magician kind of speaks to acquiring the tools and the knowledge necessary to be able to fully become the Magician, right? Whereas the Starman card here just says, like, yeah, you fucking have it already. Like, you are golden. You are goated in the sauce, if you will. That's a weird thing to say in a tarot reading. But, yeah, so very powerful card. And the fact that you got both the Star and the Starman in your reading is incredible. This speaks to a potential and a hope and this kind of explosive drive that is just beneath the surface on you. Okay. And then last but not least, you got the Lady of the Herbs for your oracle card. I am going to just confer with the book real quick because I do have what I think it's talking about, but I want to make sure I'm not way off balance here. Words on a paper, and I'm reading it. Okay, so this is literally talking about an actual honest-to-God Lady of the Herbs. So this card is calling you to identify who in your life is a Lady of Herbs. Whether it's yourself, whether it's someone else you know, but that green thumb, that, you know, the maybe the herbalist or the botanist or the person with the huge garden or whoever it is, you need to identify this person and you need to go spend some time with them. Be in their garden, be with them in their craft, absorb their magic through osmosis. And if you don't already have someone in your life, it is time to be open to finding one. The universe is probably going to provide one for you in the future. So, yeah. Keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for that. Or if you already have someone, again, it's time to spend time with them. You're welcome. Man, my nose is so fucking itchy tonight. So that was your reading. I hope it helped. I hope it opened up some things, maybe some avenues. I always love it when I find out that I'm saying stuff that another tarot reader has said. Ooh, Kel, you're up again. Do you want Bowie or Cat? I gotta write down that Cal did another one. Do, honey, I'm still free. Oh yeah, take a chance on me. Okay, I'm gonna have some water while I wait for Kel. But yeah, Kel, let me know how many cards you want and what your question is. And then I believe Lady Athena, you are on deck. Yes, Lady Athena. 3 card about Nintendo Direct. You want Cats or Bowie? Probably Cats, right? You usually like the cat deck. I don't want to assume for you. Alright. Oh, Bowie. See, I was wrong. Alright, 3 cards on how tomorrow Nintendo Direct is going to go. Interesting. Interesting first card to pop out. Nope, please don't drop the whole fucking deck. That would make me really sad. Nope, that's too many cards. There's a limit. There's a limit to how many cards I will read when they fall out like that. Usually I cap myself at like 3 total. Sorry, I'm discussing boxes and bubble wraps and letters. My mom keeps wanting to use boxes for everything. Oh, yeah. I mean, the nice thing about the potential of what we're doing is the scarf can just act as part of the bubble wrap, which is nice. Come on. Okay, so that's 3 cards, which is a lot of cards. But I do feel good about it. So... And no need to apologize, Kel. Oh, that's so crazy. Okay. Man, that's crazy. I gotta try and not fuck this up like I did last time. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get... Some ash just fell off my thing. I'm trying not to get it destroyed on the table. Bam. I'm the best. I'm the fucking best. Okay, so we got quite a few more cards. We actually have 5 cards here, which is fine. 3 of them are together, so those 3 make a complete, like, 1 card's worth of thought. So when we get to that one, we'll have to read the whole 3 before we get the message. But the first card we got out was the Empress, which speaks to... Wrapped letter is... Yeah. I mean, like, here's what I'll say. It's a rock, so if it breaks in shipping, I just get more rocks. You know what I mean? Like, they're smaller, but I do have a more quantity of them. So, like, I'm not super worried about it breaking or anything because it is a rock. Guys, in case you didn't know, Kel was nice enough to snag me this beautiful chunk of labradorite because I have been struggling to find one that is, like, not a bajillion fucking dollars over here lately. And I'm going to have it shipped. It's going to be a foreign labradorite. It's gonna be a British labradorite. Or where are you? You're Norwegian? You're somewhere over there. Canada? I don't remember where you are. You're somewhere. Anyways, the Empress is that feminine energy, right? And so I think that we're maybe gonna see some games more geared toward Dutch. So close. Labradorite is from Mexico. So it's from Mexico, but it's been currently living in with you. So it's Dutch-Mexican. What an interesting story for my rock. I'm excited. So there might be some more stuff geared towards women or maybe, you know, around female characters. So, you know, off the top of my head, maybe there's gonna be some maybe like Mario news or some like Legend of Zelda type thing. Perhaps, but there's gonna be some kind of stuff um, relating to the feminine energy of the Empress. Ooh, we're finally getting Madroid 4. Fuck yeah. Okay, so we got 3 cards here for the next spot. We got the Hanged Man, the King of Pentacles, and the Chariot. And the King of Pentacles and the Chariot are in reverse. So I'll just show them to you in reverse order. Here says the Chariot in reverse. The King of Cups. And then the Hanged Man. Perfection. Okay, you know what? After I do that, I'm actually going to go ahead and close the queue down. Because we're getting to about the time where I normally wrap up, so I don't want to go too long. Obviously, if I have time at the end, I'll reopen it. Yes. Cool. Okay. So, moving on. So, first card that we got here was the Hanged Man, which means that, you know, you got to take this time to look at things from new perspectives. It's about delays. So, I think something is going to be delayed. There is maybe a game or an expansion pack that we are expecting to hear about that we're not going to hear about. And the cards are telling us to take some time and get some new perspective on that and not let it kind of eat us up. Because you know how video games can be, where they say something's going to be released when it is and then it isn't. I think that's what we're going to have happen, and it might even be about the beloved Metroid 4, which, you know, we might get a delay on that, or maybe some kind of expansion pack or something. But there's going to be some kind of a delay, and instead of us having a bad perspective on it, the cards want us to take some time and at least look at new perspectives, maybe not bad or good. The King of Cups in reverse speaks to unreliability and lack of boundaries. So I think this just speaks to the fact that there is going to be a delay, and that is going to make us feel like they are unreliable, and therefore kind of losing a little bit of faith in Nintendo, which is sad. We don't want to lose faith in Nintendo. But yeah, I mean, these cards all speak to delay, because the last card is the Chariot in reverse, which is momentum, lacking thereof, inertia, kind of not moving, blocked in the path. So something's going to be delayed. I hope it's nothing too important or too serious, but there is a delay on something. Or perhaps the release date on something is going to be much further out than we expected it to be. Something of that nature. And the last card, which I'm very shocked by, is the Tower. So rapid change is coming as a result of the Nintendo Direct. This can be change in our personal lives, so in your life, Kel, or it could be change in the life of Nintendo. But whomever it is with, there is going to be some kind of rapid change, but it's going to leave room for something better. I'm really not sure what this is going to be. Oh, fuck yeah. When we get there, we will absolutely raid Sarah. I mean, absolutely. No brainer. Switch 2. Could be the Switch 2. Could be the fact that it's going to be delayed. Could be the fact that, the Switch 2 coming out is going to change the whole landscape of Nintendo, and that is rapid change. That's kind of unsettling change. I know I always hate getting used to a new console personally. So, there's like that piece to it. But there's something hinky is going to be happening with Nintendo Direct tomorrow. It's not going to be as smooth as we're hoping for it to be, is the vibe I get. But that's the reading on that. I hope I'm wrong. This is like one of the first times I've done a reading where I'm like, man, I really wish I'm wrong, not long. Okay. Athena the Lady. I see that you cashed in 5 cards. What can I get you for? Also, before I lose it, I'm going to just copy. I don't need to, but just how I have it. So we did that. We haven't done that, and we haven't General, and the Bowie deck. All right, guys, we're loving the Bowie deck tonight. Okay, I'm gonna once again try bridge shuffling this behemoth of a deck. It is so fucking big. My wingspan of my fingers can barely hold the cards. Maybe I need to like do it differently. Okay, good enough. General for lady. Also, we are 4 minutes from ad. I'm going to go ahead and just pull the ad up before we do your general. So let me know once you are back from ads, please, and thank you, and we will dive right into your reading, okay? Don't go anywhere, guys. And if you want to avoid this, actually, you know what? I'll give you guys a second. If you want to avoid this ad entirely, you can sub. And as a reminder, all of my subs get their readings for free. No channel points, no nothing. So I'll give you guys a second. If anyone out there is like, man, I really want to sub. I'd love to take a subby sub. If not, I will send you to ads while I draw cards for the general. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and run the ad now. Lady, let me know when you are back from ad, please, and thank you. And then we can dive right into your reading. It'll be so fun. You used an Ultra Ball and a damn Skunkin. That's so funny. I mean, hey, it's just a Pokeball. I mean, it's just an Ultra Ball. You didn't even catch it? Holy shit. That's, where'd the ads? I don't know. Maybe you're not going to get them. Who is to say? Supposedly they're happening right now. If you're not in ads, then I am going to call this a liar and say no siree. There are no ads. But according to my little thingy, you are in ads right now. Refresh the page to be sure. Oh yeah, refresh the page. Make sure you don't get sucked in. Okay, cool. So if you're back and you're refreshed and there are no ads coming out, then you have avoided the ads somehow. I can tell you how. It's always a fucking crapshoot on whether they actually send you to ads or not. Okay, cool. So I have 5 cards for general. And let's go ahead and pull you a fucking Oracle card. Yeah, it's sus. It happens, honestly, it happens all the time. The amount of times that I'm like, you guys are going to ads, and then everyone's like, where are the fucking ads? I'm like, I don't know, I hit the button. According to my thing, we're still 40 seconds until ads end. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to allow that. I've never had 2 Oracle cards pull out. I mean, it doesn't matter the orientation of. We'll call it. We'll see what's up. I've never had that happen before, so I've never gone with it. Ads better not play a joke on me. I don't think they're playing a joke on you. I think we'd be able to feel it if there was a joke with the ads. I don't know. Did anyone else get sent to ads? Raise it. Show of hands here. Who got sent to ads? Oh, guys, my YouTube's up. Guess what? This video is gonna be the first one going up. I had a lot of problems with my thing last night, so that last night's stream did not go up first. But today's stream is going up as soon as we're done. I'm very excited about it. Okay. So. Yeah. No, exactly, Kelly. Exactly. So, your first card here is the Ace of Swords. And you got that in the upright position. Let's see here. Ace of Swords. So this is all about clarity and new ideas, right? So whether it's today or tomorrow or this week or sometime in your immediate present and future, you are going to start embodying the energy of the Ace of Swords. And with that, you're going to be bringing this fresh kind of creativity, these new ideas. And it's really the Ace of Swords is, I think, one of the better aces, in my personal opinion. Um, because it brings with you that fresh idea, this new idea kind of block. And it is so important to be able to think about things from a new perspective and have fresh ideas that are not the old, stagnant, stale ones you've been dealing with. So, yeah, this is just, I think, a great card to get. I think this is gonna speak to you getting some clarity in the next day or two, maybe on a situation that has been weighing heavy on your heart or your mind. Um, but there is something coming. Don't worry, you are up next. We are on Lady Athena right now. We are cooking. But yeah, so Lady, clarity, new ideas, some level of creativity, all that stuff is kind of coming to you in the next couple of days for sure. Awesome. So the next card you got is the Lovers. Um, so you were forgetting where I was. No worries, it happens. So the Lovers um, is the card that often is associated with relationships, but this can also speak to kind of just the internal balance of masculine and feminine energy. But regardless of whether it's internal or external, there is this kind of new potential for this mix of positive masculine and feminine energies. So this could speak to, maybe if you're with someone right now, maybe that relationship moving to the next level or things kind of progressing to a more intense place. This could speak to the fact that maybe new love is coming into your life and you're going to meet them for the first time in the next couple of days. Or this can speak to the fact that you are balancing internally and becoming one with kind of both of those energies. I will say for me personally, my intuition is kind of pinging that third option the loudest. That, this is speaking to the internal balance that is required for the external balance to take place. So it's almost like you are just starting the process of kind of stirring up the balance inside of you that will make it so that you can either take your relationship to the next level or be open to this new love coming in. So whichever case it might be that your situation calls for, it sounds like the nice thing is that you are going to have this internal balance figured out by the time you get to that point, which is great. The Six of Swords is the next card you got. And you got this card in the upright position. Very pretty card there. And so this talks about, moving forward and embarking on a healing journey, right? So, and I think that's kind of what the Lovers is talking about, as well as the Ace of Swords. This seems to be kind of healing and clarity, more so than anything else, and kind of reestablishing this internal balance. So, as a whole kind of statement so far, we seem to have this internal working on kind of. Why I always get swords. So here I can tell you. So the swords, the suit of swords, right? Let me pull up the page it's on. So these are the air elements, right? So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Shout out Aquariuses. Um, so this is the suit is symbolic of words and communication, right? So I think the reason why you probably get swords a lot is that communication is an area of um, Gemini Sun. Yeah, that makes sense. You guys want to know a fun fact real quick? I am an astrological rarity, according to the lady who did my astrology that one time. Because all three of my major signs, so my rising, my sun, and my moon, are all Aquarius. I am just across the board an air sign. Flip, 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 flip. Anyways, so communication is an important aspect of your life right now. Whether that's good or bad is kind of hard to tell from this reading alone. But it seems like it's an area of your life that needs to be continuously worked on and addressed in some manner, which is why you keep getting them. I get a lot of wands in my readings. But anyways, so the Six of Swords here is getting you on this healing journey. And when you pair that in with the clarity of the Ace of Swords and the balance of the Lovers, I think we see that you are at the threshold of beginning to heal something. I'm feeling that this is a past pain or trauma that has been with you for a while now, and maybe you're now finally starting to feel comfortable and safe enough in your environment and with yourself to start unpacking and working through that. But regardless, you are on the road to healing, my friend, and that is wonderful. However, that road seems to be in jeopardy of blocking or maybe losing some momentum, because you do have the Chariot in reverse. So that's the card of inertia. That's the card of blockages on your path to a goal. And so I think that this card is in a perfect world it would have been paired with the Hanged Man, allowing you to take these blocks on your healing journey as a what thing blocking? You know what? Let's see if we can find out what's blocking. I'm gonna pull another card off the top of the deck, and wait, let me see if one pops out. So what's blocking? Let's get some clarification on the Chariot. Okay, so the clarifying card you got was Temperance in reverse. Which number is Temperance? 14. Temperance in reverse is imbalance, pushing for results, impatience, not planning for future. Release what no longer serves. Okay, so this is I think the thing that's blocking is the push, I believe. I believe that you are trying to control the path you're on a bit too much, and it's causing you to actually go off the path and get stuck. Because I don't think these are like trees in the road. I think it's like you go off into a ditch and you get stuck there for a while, and then you kind of get back on the path. You find your way back to the path and get out of the mud. So I think that you just need to be patient with your healing journey and give it the time it really needs to let you heal properly. But yeah, so that's what's causing the blocks. And last but not least, you got the Four of Swords. A lot of swords. What is this about? Four of Swords upright. Yeah, literally, it's about rest and introspection. So this is all about taking time to rest and relax and recover. Also, I am just realizing this is the Six of Wands, not the Six of Swords. So actually, hold on. Everyone pause. I misread a card. That has been known to happen. Let me pull up the Six of Wands real quick. Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, this does kind of change the tone of your overall reading a little bit. Not by much, but this is the card of victory and recognition. So I do still think that this, on a whole, is speaking towards healing and towards growth. Because of the balance and the clarity of the Lovers and the Ace of Swords, as well as the need for rest and kind of relaxation that comes with the Four of Swords. Impatience is my strength and weakness. Yeah, it definitely is, and you gotta learn to balance it. It's definitely a hard one. BRB, need to use the potty. Okay, I'll wait for you to return for your reading if I get to it before you're back. I'm so sorry that I gave you the wrong card earlier, by the way. That does happen. I am dyslexic, so sometimes my brain just autofills the word it thinks it is instead of like actually figuring out what the word is. And swords and wands get mixed up in my head a lot because the S tends to move to the front and I get swans, which my brain autocorrects to swords. So sorry about that. But so this is talking about victory and recognition. So I think this is just talking about the fact that you have had a lot of progress in your healing journey, despite the delays and the impatience. You are making progress, and I think that the Six of Wands is here to really let you know, like, hey, go ahead and celebrate these victories because they are big and they are substantial. And you are going to, have this moment of inertia come up where you're not going to be able to be moving. So it's even more important to kind of celebrate these victories, right? These small little victories. Welcome back, Reese. Hope you had fun in the party. But yeah, so the last card you got was the Four of Swords, which is the introspection and rest card. So spend some time internally, spend some time resting, and it will help. So you got two Oracle cards because they popped out. You got the Mortar and you got the Common Comfrey, or what is it? Yeah, Comfrey. And so the Mortar, that one I do know off the top of my head, so we'll do that one second. But let's look up the Common Comfrey because I don't know that one. Common Comfrey, 41. Oh yeah, so this is all about, repairing what's broken without forgetting the history behind it, right? So it's all about like it's time to move on from the pain and the sadness, but not forget kind of how that pain and sadness was created. Because it's not about forgetting, it's about healing and moving on. And the mortar is about, combining things together, how you would in a mortar. You'd put your ingredients in, you'd grind them all up into a nice fine, kind of powdery substance together, and several things becomes one thing. And so this speaks to taking, the bits of who you are, the things that nourish you, the things that you enjoy, that you like, that you love, and kind of smushing them all together into the person that you are. And I think it's a beautiful way to tell you not to forget the little bits that make you up. But yeah, you are so welcome. I hope this reading helped. Again, 1,000 apologies for having that wrong card in there. My dyslexia brain got the better of me. That usually doesn't happen. But yeah, I hope this gives you some insight. And all that fun jazz. And last but not least is Reese. So what are we asking about there, Reesifer? Reeserino? So I can't read things because my vision becomes blurry. I went to the doctor and he explained why. However, my screwy brain is overreacting and now I think I have some crazy sickness. What do the gods say about it? So I guess everything is okay and no blocks. No, I mean, you have blocks. You definitely have blocks, Lady Athena, and you need to work on them. And those blocks are definitely rooted in temperance. So, no, you're not. No, you're not sneaking away from that. Nuh-uh. You just have to celebrate the victories you have. Especially in those moments of blocks when you feel defeated and frustrated at yourself for allowing yourself to become blocked. It's important to remember the victories that you... Like... When you stop and stand at... Real quick before we get into your reading, Reese, because this is important. When you're on a path and you get stuck in the ditch or a tree falls down and it literally blocks your path, it can be really frustrating because all you're thinking about is where you're trying to get to, and seldom do people take time to stop, turn around, and see how far they've come. And so that's what I think the victory card is talking about with the Six of Wands is trying to let you know is that, like, hey, you have made it farther than you think. Oh, Pink Panda, you know what? For you, I'm going to open the queue back up. Hold on. Go ahead and join it, and then I'll close it real quick. Yeah, so I think it's just like a reminder that things might get bad, but they're not as bad as they were or could be. You have to wait 30 minutes to join the queue? What? That's bananas. Try it again. There's no way. There's a cooldown? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then we'll close it again. Real sneaky like. Okay. So, Reese, what deck do you want? And yes, I can dive into the gods. Question for you. Do you have a specific god or goddess that you want to ask this question to? Cat's deck. Okay. You're welcome, Panda. I would never make you sit out in the cold and not get a reading if I can help it. And honestly, I think I'm going to have more than enough time to do both. Is there a goddess of health? There is Bridget, the goddess of healing. So I'd say she's the patron saint of nurses in like the Catholic religion. So Bridget could be good, and Bridget's my fucking homegirl. So she will come down in a second and hook you up. That's why you're my sister. Absolutely, Panda. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, let's go ahead and let's fucking get into it. What is going on with Reese's health? Bridget, how are we gonna combat this fear and panic that we seem to be feeling? Goddess of hygiene. Oh, Hygienia, goddess of hygiene. That makes sense. That makes sense that Hygienia would be the goddess of hygiene. Okay. Cat deck shuffle. Oh, I gotta get in a better habit of doing this. I'm trying to create a better routine for summoning, because it's gonna make things better. Gotta ring the bell to invite Bridget in. Okay. Actually, no. I'm gonna keep doing it the way I used to do it. I do not know why I changed the way I did the order, but it bothers me. It bothers me too much, so I'm gonna switch it and go back to the other way. Also, guys, I gotta say, I think this new setup is working much better than the old one was. Hello, she uses that role, motherfuckers. I've had a few vodkas, sorry. No worries. First way is best. Yeah. No, I don't like doing it from right to left. I gotta do it left to right. Hurts my brain doing it the other way. Okay. Ooh, first time chatter. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, we just raided? Oh, we are raiding. Holy shit. Who's rating us? Oh, Lorcana! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, guys. You made it just in time. We are finishing up the. We're just starting a reading on Reese. Cool. Thank you so much, Lorcana. How was your stream? How is your day going? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hello, 300. Welcome in. Welcome in. LAWRCANA Larcana. Bam! Shout out to Larcana. Okay, so we are diving right in. I'm doing good. I'm dropping cards like a motherfucker. Supposed to though, because that's how we're doing this reading. Okay. So, Reese, you are getting plenty of cards on this draw here. Thank you for lurking. I appreciate you so much. Hello, Kelsa007. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you? Hope you guys are doing great today. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday night. I'm doing pretty good. My name is Sky, and this is Lesby Witchy. And there's really only one thing to say other than that, which is, hey guys, Lesby Witchy. Which is what we're doing. We're doing a tarot on my homie, Reese. One more. This is an interesting spread. You got 3 cards in a 1 slot, and then you also got... oh, shit. No, that's too many cards. That's way too many cards. You also got a true neutral card, which is interesting. Also, Robot3, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you immensely. Interesting. Okay, so I got a peek at some of these cards, and I gotta say, we're heading in an interesting direction. Also, I literally said I was going to do these in the opposite order. Why am I like this? That's supposed to be the order. Alright. So. Hi, Mom. Welcome back from the store. Do you need help with anything? You got it? Okay, let me know if you need my help. Guys, Mom's back from the store. Isn't that awesome? They just want to give me all of the cards. Seriously, they want to just spit out half the fucking deck at you, and I am saying no. So, first card you got is the 3 of Swords. You got that upright. Kel says, welcome back, Mom.
Thank you, it's getting cold out.
Is it getting cold out? Gross.
It's getting cold out.
So, Lady Athena also says welcome back.
Thank you, darlings.
So, the 3 of Swords is the sadness and pain card. And it's giving you an opportunity to kind of embrace the heartbreaking truths of pain that surround them, right? So I think for you, I think that this card specifically, what just happened? Hold on, guys. Sorry, I gotta refresh my page here. Sorry, I got spooked. My Twitch just crashed for a second, and I thought my stream crashed. Whoo! No, we're good. Okay, so... You got me a shamrock plant? Guys, look at my mom got me a shamrock plant. Also, everyone, this is my mom. My mom, this is everyone. If you look at that little green light, that's where they'll see you.
Oh, hi, guys.
Perfect. I'm adding this right to the altar now. This is so cool. Oh my god, a shamrock plant. How neat. I'm going to slide these planters that are empty down. I'm gonna put this right here. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Guys, new plant. New plant. New plant alert. Hell yeah. Well, hell yeah. Okay. I think that this is asking you to kind of acknowledge the pain that comes from the fact that you have the answer, but your fear is kind of pushing you to think that you don't, right? There is a certain level of distress that comes from that kind of fear, and it definitely can manifest in both emotional and physical pain. And so I think the card is asking that you acknowledge this, that you kind of accept that this imbalance is there, and to kind of just move on with it from there. You know what I mean? Like it's telling you to acknowledge the pain and just kind of process through it instead of trying to fight against it. Now the cards you got in True Neutral, and again, guys, for those of you who are new to this channel, when I do the shuffle till they fall out method, I believe that the cards fall exactly as they're intended to. So when they fall without a discernible up or down, reversed or upright, I put it in what's called True Neutral, and we take a little bit of both from each side of the card. So I think this is just speaking to the duality of where you're at right now, right? On the one hand, there is the hope because you have the answer from the doctor, which is the, factual answer, right? It's the quote unquote the correct answer. And it is the answer of hope because now you know what it is, you can correct it, you can treat it, yada, 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 right? On the reverse side of that card, though, is the lack of hope being caused by your fear running wild. And the fact that when you feel like when you are being told that, like, hey, this is the problem, but your gut or your head is saying, like, no, I don't think that is, it really causes you to feel like you're in a hopeless situation. So this, I think, just really speaks to where you're at internally right now, where on one side you are trying to accept the hope that has been given to you, but on the other side of the equation you are incapable of accepting that hope right now. Not because you can't accept hope, period, but just because right now your imagination and your brain is kind of taking over the show a bit. So for slot 3, you got 3 cards. You got the 4 of Wands in reverse, the 2 of Cups, and the Magician in reverse. So I'll show you them in reverse order. So there's the Magician in reverse. There's the 2 of Cups. And there's the 4 of Wands upright, reversed. So let's dive into this. The 4 of Wands is your first card here. Let me get it pulled up so I can make sure I'm giving you the right thing. Reverse, yes. So this is talking about returning to the joy of... I also got the 2 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so see, the readings are aligning to give you this messaging. People are praying for Zelda remakes. Ooh, that'd be nice. So this is the returning to the joy of the present card, right? So I think what this is referencing is the fact that you are trying to work through the fact that you have an answer and therefore don't have to worry about this problem anymore and can instead just go back to enjoying the moment and not constantly worrying about this thing. But you're in reverse right now because you are unable to kind of get past, again, your own fear. And it's kind of trapping you in this inability to see the joyfulness in the everyday moments right now because you are, to an extent, being kind of run by this fear that the doctor is wrong and that there is, in fact, something more going on. But you are trying to get to a place where you can see the joy, where you can live the joy, where you can be in the joy. And so that's just going to take time and a bit of, work and effort to get you to a place where you can really truly see the joy and feel the joy again. For some reason, thinks it went to med school without me knowing. Yeah, I mean, listen, I have a brain that does that from time to time. I think everyone is familiar with this situation. Maybe not to the extent that you're currently struggling with it, but I think we can all relate to, freaking out because we think something is wrong, even though we kind of know that it isn't. Sometimes our intuition just kind of overreacts to stuff, and that can cause, a lot of problems. So this talks about partnership and union, the Two of Cups. And so I think that this just talks about kind of the partnership that exists between, well, I think there's a couple of things this card references. First and foremost, my intuition is telling me about the union, not the union so much, but the partnership between you and your doctor, and the fact that you are trying to trust and put stock into that relationship, that he wouldn't tell you that something is not a problem if it wasn't a problem, and that you are like working on trying to really believe what is being told to you. I also think this has to talk about the partnership between you and your brain, right? Because that is what it is. It is a partnership between us and our brains and how they make us react and think about stuff. And again, I think this card indicates that you're trying to get into a healthier relationship with your brain, and that, this is something that, you need to iron out in order to get back to that place of true kind of partnership. Also, guys, I'm going to put it out the chat right now. What are you all grateful for today? It's 8:30. At 8:30, we do gratitude check, so it's gratitude check time. What are you guys grateful for today? Today, I am grateful for my new altar space. It is beautiful. It is big. It is so much more room than I had. And I am very grateful for my new shamrock plant. I am going to watch it grow with great pleasure. I am grateful I pulled Hope just now. Ooh, nice. That's a good thing to be grateful for.
You're grateful for your mother.
I am also grateful for my mother. That's true, too. She makes an excellent point. I'm very grateful for her today. And then the last card you got in this little chunk of cards is the Magician in reverse. So I think this just means that right now you feel this disconnection from your power. Whenever fear runs amok, we kind of lose control over our personal power. And I think that's what this is talking about. So the Nine of Pentacles is your next card, and you got that in the upright position. So obviously, I think for this reading, the Nine of Pentacles is referring to the emotional kind of aspect that I typically see in the Pentacles, and not the financial. But this is talking about success and enjoyment, right? And so I think that what we're talking about here is the fact that you are successfully going to be able to convince your brain that there is not a bigger problem. Hi, Tanya dear. Welcome in, first time chatter. I am doing well. How are you doing? Thank you so much for popping in and saying hello. I'm Sky, in case you missed the introductions earlier, and this is the Lesby Witchy channel. Welcome in, welcome in. And thank you for chatting. So I think you just need to reconnect with that personal power. I'm sorry, we're on to the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, I think once you reconnect with your personal power, that's what I wanted to say. I think you're gonna be able to, be successful in convincing your brain that, hey, we're fine. Like, we have the answer we need, and we can accept that is the answer that we need. I think you're going to be successful in that endeavor. It's just going to take a little bit of time. You're doing well. I'm so glad to hear that you're doing well. I'm glad that your Wednesday is going well. Okay, so the next card we have is Justice, and you got that in the upright. And so, this just speaks to the balance and kind of equalization of things. And I think this just speaks to the fact that your fear is going to go down. You are going to level out. And we are going to get to a place of kind of calm, cool, collective kind of equilibrium is coming back to you despite, kind of your fear's best efforts to keep it away. It is coming quickly. And then the last card you got is the Mirror, which I think is a very apt oracle card to pull for you right now, which is that I think you just need to look kind of in the mirror, both figuratively and literally, to kind of just like talk to yourself about like, okay, hey, no, we know what's going on. We like you got to see yourself to be able to see the fear and stuff. And you just came to hang out and not get a reading. Well, thank you so much for popping in, Tanya, dear. I love the fact that you came just to hang out. And if you ever do want a reading, you let me know and we'll get you one. Not tonight, obviously, but we'll get you next time for sure. But yeah, so I think you need to like kind of look at yourself and figure out where this fear is coming from and work on kind of resolving it. Because right now it's doing a bit more running you than you are running it. But that is your reading. I hope it helped. And that brings us to the final person of the night. Pink Panda. Pink Panda girl. You're the final reading. It's the Pink Panda girl. Okay. You are welcome, Reese. I hope it helped. Made you feel a lot better? Good. I'm glad to hear that. Good, good, good. Okay, Panda, what are we doing for you? 5 cards. Do you want a general? Do you have a question? And do you want the David Bowie deck, the Starman deck, or do you want the cat deck? To clarify, the David Bowie deck is the Starman deck. I realized that sounded like I was listing off 3 decks. I am in fact not. What is the rest of the week and weekend going to look like for me? All right, I'm going to go lay down. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Reese. Have a good night. Bowie deck. You got it. All right, and what is the rest of your week and weekend going to look like? Yeah, what's the energy going to be? What's the vibe going to be? How are we feeling about the weekend? Let's find out. Let's get your oracle card first. Get that out of the way. And we are 3 minutes out from the ad, Panda, so I'm going to pull the ad up now so that we don't get cut off in the middle of your reading. Let me know when you are back from ad, or if you don't get sent to ad at all again, and I will just start the reading once you're back, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and send us to ad right now. Supposedly I just sent you all to ad. We'll see what happens. Okay. Well, not all of you. Some of you are subs. Okay. Oracle card for the weekend for Reese. Gotta invite the spirits in. Almost forgot, but then I didn't. Alright, and 5 cards on the weekend. Cheers to the freaking weekend. Still here. Why is the ad not working? This is the second time now tonight that it said it was sending people to ads and then didn't send them to ads. And I have to say, I'm a little perturbed by that. I wish the ad thing would work the way it's supposed to. Nice to meet you. I usually go to tarot streams to find other like-minded spirits chat with me. That's so awesome, Tanya. That's, I mean, such a great place to find people is in these tarot streams. I am so glad that you stumbled across our channel, and I think you will find that we are a community of pretty awesome people. And, you know, you being here now makes you a part of that community. Whether you follow or whether you come back or not, you will always have been a member of this community, and that's pretty cool. And if you do end up staying and following and all that good jazz, you know, there's a lot of expansion options within the community. We have an actual witch coven that I run through a Discord, which is pretty fun. That Discord will eventually pop up here in a second. I really got to get the Discord command set up. Okay, I'm fine with doing a 3-card once. I am not doing 3 cards twice. That is going to make this reading 1,000,000 hours long, and I don't want to do that. So the universe will condense it. And no ad. Okay, so yeah, I guess as soon as I'm done drawing the cards, we jump right in. Oh, there's the throne, so that means the Discord will be here in a second. Okay. Like I said, I'm not doing a million cards on this, so if you want me to read something, make it one card, please. Thank you. Okay, and one more card. That always flies out when you do them for me, just like then. Yeah, they're very excited. My decks are very excitable. Just like me, they really like helping people, so. Okay. Cool. 5 cards on your weekend. What's the vibe gonna be? What's the energy gonna be? Anyways, let's dive right in. So, first card here is the 8 of Cups, and that's in the upright. So the 8 of Cups is all about kind of coming to a point where you realize, like, hey, there is something out there for me that's not right here. Maybe it's I deserve better than this. Maybe it's, I just want to try better than this. Some kind of a call or a pull that brings you out of the known into the unknown and kind of off on this adventure where you are leaving the known path and heading for the unknown. Gesundheit, Randy. Why are you being so sneezy lately?
Yeah.
You getting allergies? Did you get herpes? Did you get feline herpes somehow?
Maybe he's allergic to me.
Maybe. Maybe he just doesn't like New Hampshire dust. Anyways. So, yeah. So, something in the later half of this week is going to start pulling on your heartstrings to leave the path of the known and head for this thing. And, like, you might not even know what it is you're heading for. You just know that there is something out there that you are deserving of or destined to get to. Who just followed us? Who just followed me? Which one of you? Oh, Tanya dear followed. Thank you, Tanya dear. I appreciate the follow so much. So much. Nope, that's not the card I want. 8 of Cups. There we go. Yeah. So it's all about walking away and moving on, right? It is. Yo, good morning, Martin, the drag queen. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're having a good morning. For me, it is actually very late at night. It is almost 9 at night for me. So you must be on the opposite side of the earth from us. Welcome in if it's morning for you. Okay, so up next, you did get 3 cards for your next slot. You got the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, both in reverse. And then you got the King of Cups. Stalker attacked me today on Twitter. Yeah, so you know what? It's the 8 of Cups, I think, is just telling you to walk away, to move on, to not even engage with that panda. So that's the 5 of Wands in reverse. The 10 of Cups in reverse. And this is the King of Cups. And you got him upright. So, lot of emotions for you this weekend. I mean, almost exclusively so far have you gotten cups. You've gotten 3 cups and a wand. That's a lot of emotion for a single reading. But the King of Cups is all about this emotional stability and empathy, right? She got shown for what she was. Oh! Gotcha. But me and my friends called her out. Very good. Okay, so as long as you put a stop to it before it got too crazy, that's awesome to hear. And I think this kind of speaks to the King of Cups, which is this emotional stability, right? So, like, you were able to do that from a place of, like, knowing that you were stable emotionally. And I think that that's what's going to continue into your week, rest of your week and weekend, is this sense of, like, these things can't bother me because, I am bigger than them, I am stronger than them, I am not going to be broken by them. So, don't bother trying to break me because it's just not going to happen kind of mentality is kind of what I'm picking up on. Now, with that being said, this is paired with the Ten of Cups in reverse, which does speak to disharmony, right? So it, although you feel you are in a position of emotional stability right now, and you have this energy of the King of Cups, um, I do think that at least for a day or two later in the week, you're gonna kind of lose sight of that, and you're gonna kind of fall victim to this disharmony that is all around you. All I ever wanted was for her to like be seen as what she was. You're so happy, Randy. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit are we doing that. Hold on, guys. Randy's being naughty. If you'll excuse me. You have almost immediately lost your privileges to be up there. Yes, go in the loud, crinkly plastic. That'll make you happy. Oh, what the fuck? When did you guys fall? I keep losing cards out of my cat deck. It's like a professional job. What 3 cards were it? Those are good cards to lose. Good thing I found them again. So yeah, so I think that, you know, despite the fact that you're really happy and feeling really emotionally stable with this, there is going to be an event that happens in the later half of the week that's going to make you feel, you know, distable and throw you out of harmony, which is to be expected with the kind of thing that you're dealing with, you know. Those kind of they're peaks and valleys, and so right now you are very much in a peak, but be warned, in the later half of the week, a little bit of a valley does appear. Oh, wait, no, that's not going to do anything for me. So your last card here in this little 3-part series was the 5 of Wands, also in reverse. And this speaks to exaggeration or finding a solution. And so I think it's the finding a solution bit that speaks specifically to you and your weekend. And I think it speaks to the disharmony with the Ten of Cups, right? So the Ten of Cups was sandwiched in between this and the King of Cups, so that emotional stability card. And so I think what this is saying is that despite the fact that you're going to be thrown into disharmony for a little bit, you know, I'm thinking a day or two is what my intuition is telling me. You are going to be able to quickly pull yourself back out of that disharmony because you know, like, you have the solutions right now. You know what you can do to pull yourself out of a state like that and get yourself feeling better and back on track and kind of flipping that Ten of Cups. Yeah, she's probably going to try again, and it's probably going to throw you into some disharmony, but you know what to do, you know how to handle this problem, and so having that solution is going to kind of keep you balanced. Next card you got here is the 4 of Pentacles, and you got that upright. The 4 of Pentacles is all about stability, specifically financial stability, but you know me, I always interpret the Pentacles to also talk about emotions. And that's what I'm really picking up on here, is that this has not so much anything to do with financial stability, but everything to do with your emotional stability, right? And so that plays off the 5 of Wands very well, which is that you're going to have this plan that is going to bring you back to stability, right? You're going to get you know, your faith rocked there a bit in the later half of the week. That 10 of Cups in reverse energy is going to come for you. But when you implement the 4 of Wands and you get back on track, you're going to get this 4 of Pentacles energy. You're going to get this stability. And it's going to come back very quickly. You're going to bounce right back. Okay, and so the next card you got here is the Emperor in reverse. And so I think this probably just speaks to the stalker's kind of bounce back here at you, which is this toxic masculine energy, this negative masculine energy. I think it's gonna come from that source. I don't think this is coming from internally you, or anyone who is kind of on like your immediate life. I think this is coming from them. And I think it's just, you know, this card is just here to let you know that there's gonna be some toxicity in your weekend. And again, to just kind of stick to the fact that you have a plan and you know how to navigate this. I think it's if I'm going to give it the attention or not. Yeah, and that could be it too. That could definitely be it. The good news is that you're not going to give it the attention because you have a plan, and that plan includes not giving it the attention. Eight of Pentacles here is your last tarot card. Let me swipe on over to the Eight of Pentacles. Wait, was Eight of already on my search list? 4, 3 of... No, but 6. Oh, 9 of. We'll take 9 of. Then we'll go to Pentacles. And we'll go... Ooh, a new hand touches. Thank you, Darkin793 for the follow. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful guy. Guys, we're almost to 260 followers. We're 3 away from 260. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry, we're 2 away from 260. My thing hadn't updated yet. Guys, that's bananas. A month ago, I was at 190. So, Darkin, I will let you know the queue is actually closed for the night because I do have to get off. But what I'll do is, since you followed and requested it, I'm going to write your name down on a little sticky note. Next time I'm streaming, come in and I'm going to give you a free reading. And I'm going to refund those channel points so you have them back, okay? Drinking 793. So that's what we are going to be able to do. Is I will make it up to you via that. Oh, you like my stream overlay? Thank you. I had to fix it all because I accidentally moved my files last night onto a hard drive, not realizing that I needed them to stay on my computer, and I deleted half of my overlay, so I had to rebuild it this morning in a panic. So the Eight of Pentacles is the hard work and productivity card. I don't know if I'd be able to. I'm in a different time zone. It's 2:50 here. Thanks anyways. Well, you know what? Here's what I'll do. At the very least, I'll give you a 1-card pull before we end up the stream. I'll just pull one on you for your energy and kind of see what's what. And then I'll leave the sticky note up so the next time you're up at 2 a.m. and you see me streaming and you want to pop in, I have it written down so you'll get that freebie. That's what I'll do for you, okay? Since you were so kind to follow, and absolutely, we can make that happen. So yeah, this just speaks to the fact, Panda, that you're doing the work. Like you are working so hard to not fall into this toxicity, and it's starting to pay off. So this card is just here to remind you of what you need to be keep doing, keep moving forward. And you also got the Lady of Herbs for an Oracle card. So this is the second time tonight this has come up. And the Lady of Herbs Oracle card just speaks to the fact that you need to spend some time with a green thumb. Whether that's someone that you know or whether that's you becoming the green thumb, but you need to spend some time with some plants, girl. Get that good green healing magic. Let the what's the word I'm looking for? The healing properties of nature soak into you. Spend some time outside, be with a tree, all that kind of good stuff. But that's your reading, Panda. I hope it helps. Your weekend is going to be decent, but you are going to have some trials for sure. Okay. Drankin793. 1-card pull. Universe, what do you have for us? And then after this, for realsies, guys, we are donezo. We're going to raid out. And we're going to go to Sarah because that was who was requested in the guide to raid. Okay. So, Drankin, you got the 2 of Swords in the upright position. 2. Oh, no, that's not how that works. 2 of... And I want Swords. Give me that good 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords. Oh, yes. So indecision and self-protection. So this card basically just lets you know that there is... you're in a place of indecision, and it has to do with the fact that you're trying to protect yourself from picking the wrong choice, picking the wrong option. So right now there is some kind of a decision in your life, whether it's immediately here now with you or it's going to be with you in the future here. There is some kind of a decision that is getting jammed up because you're worried you're going to make the wrong choice. But the Two of Swords lets you know that you just need to make a choice. And, you know, trust that you are the fool on the path heading to where you need to go, and that the energy will, in fact, bring you where you need to be. But that's your little one card pull. Like I said, I'm sorry I can't do more. I did write you down for a freebie for next time. I'm going to go ahead and reject those points because we couldn't do it. But yeah, guys, that's my stream. We have been requested to raid out to our good friend Sarah. So I am going to pull up the raid and we're going to get out of here, I think. You are so welcome, Panda. Always happy to help. Always happy to do a reading. Cool. They're still streaming. I thought they would be. So, guys, that does it for tonight. So tomorrow is Thursday, so I'll be back noon to 6 tomorrow, Saturday, Friday, and Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday, guys, are going to be some special days of streaming. I get to have the place to myself, which means I get to be a bit more flexible on when and where I'm streaming. So I'm going to come up with a plan for that over the weekend. And we'll be all good to go. But thank you very much. Have a good night. You are welcome. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and a good day tomorrow. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, start to your Thursday. I love you guys all so much. I will see you back here tomorrow, same channel, same time, and I'll see you in the next one. Good fucking yard, guys.